This is music from the Pirates of the Caribbean for cello. For this one, I will stop at each tempo change to set the metronome speed. So in the very beginning, measure 1, our goal speed is 60. I'm gonna set the metronome to 60. The goal speed in measure 4 is 96. For this video, I'm going to set it to 88. In measure 52, goal speed is 60. I will play that at 60. The end is where it's supposed to be pretty quick. So measure 60, the goal speed is 162. I will set it at 100. Realistically, we're not gonna get up to 162, that's pretty quick. But we should make it up at least somewhere between 120 and 130. And then at measure 76, it's supposed to be 170 is the goal speed. I'm gonna keep the metronome set for 100 right there. Just to play through a couple of things before I play through the entire piece. So looking ahead to measure 27, this is where cello and viola have the melody together. The dynamic level is mezzo piano. You do need to play a little bit lighter, not so much weight, but still use enough bow that you're able to project and play out. Stay away from the lower part of your bow. Stay closer to the middle and upper part of your bow so you can play long, smooth bows. We want that all to be very even. You don't want any of these notes to sound attacked or short. Then here going into measure 35, we have that 8th, 16th rhythm. So in measure 34, your rhythm counting would be 1, 2, 3, and a. 1, 2, 3, and a. And then when you get into measure 35, you're gonna play both of those notes together. So starting in measure 34, we have 1, 2, 3, and a. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Through here, it's just important 35 to 43, you're counting every single 8th note, so you make sure you get those notes set correctly. In measure 38, where you have those C's on the offbeats, make sure you're listening for violins and violas because they're playing on beat 1, on beat 2, and on beat 3. So you're playing off of them. And then the same thing goes for measure 42. In measure 52, we have, again, a long, slower line. So again, staying away from the lower half of the bow, staying closer to the fingerboard, long, smooth bows. But after this open D, you have a C sharp. So that's where you're gonna set your second finger where your third tape is. Third finger falls on the 4th tape, and then your 4th finger stretches to reach in between the spaces for that C sharp. Then from there, don't move. We want to play a C natural, so we're just going to lift our our 4th finger up. Our 3rd finger is already on the 4th tape. Then you re-add that 4th finger for the C sharp. Now the next note is a B flat, so it's a 2nd finger, but you have to move it back into place. Looking over to right before 76 where you have that tremolo. So the first tremolo, you can see it's 3 dotted half notes tied together, and then you'll see these quarter notes. They're all played the same way. It's more just like, as we're getting to the quarter notes, it's a little more emphasis on each beat so you can feel the beat where it is. When you pull that first note, pull out past the middle of your bow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're getting louder, 2, 3. And then here on the quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. On each one, I'm with just a little bit, I'm kind of digging in. Just not so it can be heard, but so I can feel it, so I'm getting that 1, 2, 3, moving into 76. If you jump down to the end after 127, we have all these steady 8th notes. So we have, and then that next note after the B flat is a G sharp. So that's a low 1. So we're going to slide that 1st finger back. Next measure is an A. So get that 1st finger back up to the tape. Then it's an open G. G sharp behind the tape again, then up to the tape, lift, 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 all the lifts here. Going back to the beginning, I'm going to play all the way through, stopping only to change this metronome speed. So the first violin's coming on B4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And then at 4, violins and violas will hold that note till you come in. Right now I'm going to set that speed up to 88. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Here at 52, we're going back down to 60. Make sure we're staying at the upper part of our bow. Very lightweight. And then here, from here to the end, I will be at 100. Again, goal speed is supposed to be 162 and 170. 1, 2, 60.